I made a pig's ear of this because I just stalled the train. Hold on, won't be a sec.
Done.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, no, it's all good. No. The basic message is don't take it out of gear while you're rolling. I'll put the camera on and everything because this is the height of professionalism. Here you go. Good evening, everybody. Nice to see you. Lovely to be here on this splendid Monday, and we're doing Schnellfahrstrecke Köln to Aachen this evening, and we're going to be rocking the talent too. As often as possible while doing so. We've got a tunnel coming up. Joining me is brand new community manager Natalie. That's your intro. Go.
Hello, everyone.
There you are. Good. Impressive. I love it. And Natalie will be looking after quite a lot of your feedback, comments, all of that kind of stuff when it comes to how we're evolving. Train Sim World 2 as things move forwards, and at some point I'm going to let her talk a bit more, but not just yet. Right, we're doing a timetable service this evening. It is going to take about an hour, so I'm going to restart now. Good. Right, so how long have you been with us here?
So I think I'm in my second week now, and this is my 5th official working day.
Your 5th official working day, and you're still using an official Dovetail assigned headset microphone, which we need to resolve because your current headset microphone is not stellar.
No, and just a heads up to everyone as well, my internet connection is a bit dodgy tonight, so if I disappear, let's hope it's not before I tell you something really important.
Okay, well, if you're planning on revealing something semi-important, then that's news to me. That's not what we discussed in the slightest. But I like surprises, so that'll be fine. I'm going to try and turn this. Where's the CIFA? Hold on, I've got to turn CIFA on. Otherwise, people will just accuse me of just driving easy mode. Hold on, wait for it. LZB, yeah, should say CIFA above it. I'm not turning the PZB on. I'm not a masochist. Oh, there it is. Yeah. There we go. All right. Yeah, remember, you asked for this, people. So, good. Yeah, right. Smashing. Yeah, we're on the way. At least the Talent 2 has pantographs, so we can't step on the power. Yeah, see, look, I need the chat up here. So we can't stop on a track with no power. Yeah. All right. Good. So we're setting off from Aachen and we're going into Köln because I've not actually driven that way before, and I wanted to see the view as we arrive into Cologne, a city I know very well. You sit there. Right. Thank you. Right. Sorry, I've just been fought by my software. There you go. No, that's all good. No, I'm still being fought by my software. What a load of rubbish. Right. Guten Abend, there, Red Scavenger. Lovely to have you on board. So he's from Germany, you see. So I like to drop in my modicum of German knowledge to make the Germans feel right at home. Yeah, there you go. Don't break the train. I shall do my best and not to break the train. Right, for those of you who haven't seen already, we do have an update that is due pretty soon. I don't have the exact date. I've got a speculative date, but I'm not going to give you the speculative date yet because the speculative date is still speculative, but it is really soon. And we'll post update notes for that when the time comes. But if you are currently using the scenario planner, don't. Stop using it. Unless you want to use it for your own amusement, because your scenario planner saves will be... That's the CIFA noise. That is. It's delightful. Yeah, your scenario planner saves will be erased as part of the update process because it will stop the game crashing for those of you who have experienced said things. We did try and make it so that you could save them, but unfortunately that's not the case. So they're incompatible with the game post update. Don't know how that's going to work in what's the PC land. I don't know exactly how that's going to work. Thank you. It's going to work for PC users, so you could try backing them up, but the expectation is they might not work. try it on PC. It's only scenarios. Your liveries should be fine, but we'll see. Yeah, Mark, it's always going to be speculative. Even if I know for a fact that it is uploading right now and is likely to be delivered in 2 hours, I'm not going to tell you that, because until it's up there and it's being put live, we have to assume that something could go wrong. Otherwise, you'll hang around with bated breath waiting for the thing, and then it doesn't turn up, and then you all yell at me for telling you the wrong date / time / whatever. So yeah, that's why I have to say it's speculative. Will scenario editor have increased capability? Yeah. No, Dave, you know very well I did not just say it was 2 hours. I was being hypothetical. Scenario editor won't have additional functionality in this update, but it is one of the things that the preservation crew are looking at. What are the big issues that you found, Natalie? What are the big pieces of feedback from people that you found that you want Adam and the team to tackle?
So I know that there's been a lot of complaints recently about sound. We were talking about that, weren't we, Sam?
They're never complaints. They're comments. They're
feedback. There's been a lot of feedback.
Or criticism. Criticism is fine. Complaints, no. No. We're not a complaints department. It's a feedback department. No. Yeah, that's all right. Carry on as you were. This is all good training.
Picked up on a lot of that recently. Specifically, we were saying the Bakerloo line, when people go over the joints, doesn't sound authentic enough.
Doesn't sound what people are expecting to hear. And also, I think that there's on Bakerloo, there's it's like the sound mix isn't quite right. Some bits are out of whack with others. There is a buzzing noise.
There's a buzzing noise.
That'll be the CIFA, I imagine. I'm not hearing a buzzing noise at this end, so it should be good. Neither am I seeing a buzzing noise coming through on the old volume mixer there. But there you go. Right. Okay. Can I ask my passengers to wear face masks in German? Ooh. Meine Damen und Herren, bitte Sie, what's to wear? Wehren, sorry, dein face. Oh, crikey, I can't remember any anatomy in German. Face and Masken, there you go. There'll be an umlaut in there somewhere. Bitte, for diesen Health and etc. Vielen Dank, Deutsche Bahn. That's as close as I'm going to get you right now, it has to be said. I'm going to give that a 4 out of 10. There you go. Started strong, ended weak. Can I say it in Danish? Don't need to. All the Danes speak English. That's going to get me into trouble with the Danes. Although if I finish off by saying tack, then, you know, there's at least a nod in the direction of what have I broken. I needed to press the C for pedal. Okay, there we are. Am I going to continue doing live streams? I'll be around from time to time, I'm sure. I'm not going anywhere for a little while anyway. Until we have a community director of some description, I'm kind of sitting in that chair. So there you go. Face mask is Gesichtsmask. Okay, thank you. Good. Gesicht mask. I'm going to need to practice that one on my own time. Hold on. There we go. Right. Machen wir den Chat Deutsch? Can we do chat in German? You can do chat in German, but in order to be internationally friendly, we try and do it in English, because, well, that way I can understand 100% of what you're saying.
I can understand Welsh if there's any Welsh speakers out there.
Oh, okay. There you are.
Yeah. I can read it. Don't ask me to speak it.
Oh, all right. So you're not so hot at dropping some of the Celtic in there.
I mean, I could, but it's not pretty.
Okay. All right. Good. Right. Smashing. What else we got going on? Can TSW2 add more subway trains? Well, never say never. Obviously, the roadmap exists to give you exactly what we are working on. But you know, I mean, it's likely we do more subway stuff in the future. I think before we tackle more subway stuff, we're probably going to want to refine and polish that which we have already done, so that we can deliver a more authentic experience first time when we do it again. There you are. It's like hello. Thanks, Edgy. Yeah, no, that's a proper compliment. That isn't. Oh dear. On the new UK route, will javelins have working toilets? What do you think? The campaign for working toilets has so far fallen on deaf ears, but together we will push for this most important of updates. Oh dear. Will the second preserve collection receive discounts at launch? I'll ask the T-Boy. He might not be able to confirm or deny at the moment, but I don't have any knowledge one way or the other. So a preserve collection phase 2, is there going to be a discount when it comes out, Michael Michelson? He's currently consulting his big book of discounts, and he'll let us know. I'm speeding quite horrendously here. Right. Okay, no, there aren't any discounts on the new preserved collection stuff as it comes out. I say new preserved collection. The next batch of preserved collection. There aren't any discounts. Thank you, Michael. Good. Are we just doing hello quotes in the chat now? Is Mike still making the tea, milk and no sugar? Says Moggy. To be honest, you don't want Mike making your tea. I mean, it's his job title, but he's no good at it. Are there going to be more? You should be asking. I said you were going to ask the question. Sorry, I'm multitasking like a bandit.
You were just going for it. You know, you had a nice
help
flow.
myself.
Who am I to interrupt?
No, you carry on. You handle the chat and all of their varied madness, and I shall endeavour to drive the train correctly. Which will be
I've just
first.
seen someone saying that there should be a petition for working toilets, and I can confirm a petition won't get you anywhere.
Never say never. A petition for working toilets. I mean, that could be fun. I might even
Don't encourage it.
I might even sign it myself. All right. No. Oh no. Ooh. No.
Are there going to be any freight services on this route?
Any freight services?
Train in the first stream you did.
So when I can't remember which one it is. It's not Hauptstrecke. It might be Rhine-Ruhr Osten. When that's added, there will be additional services added to this, and I think it includes some freight, but I can't remember off the top of my head. If Matt was here, he'd know the answer. Unfortunately, I'm standing in as expert in inverted commas today. So my level of expertise has been slim, to say to put it politely. Don't know. If you ask that question on the forums, I'll find you a definite answer. Right. But you've got to have freight.
Steam trains one day.
Will we have steam trains one day? Yes, absolutely. There will absolutely be steam trains one day in Train Sim World. Don't know which version. The important thing is that the update that we did with the engine, with Unreal Engine, from Train Sim World 2020 to Train Sim World 2, gives us the level of kind of physics functionality that we were looking for, in order to be able to. These people are just acting very suspiciously. If I move the camera out of the way, will they be happy? What's going on here, chaps? We're trying to start a conga line in the station. Either that, or they're apprehensive about climbing the stairs. All right, you carry on, people. So yeah, we've got the kind of the physics functionality we need in order to be able to develop Steam now. But as I've mentioned on a few streams in the past, is that the big thing is ensuring that it feels right to drive a steam loco, and that doesn't necessarily mean 100% authenticity with all bells and whistles. Obviously, because we aim towards simulation, the more bells and whistles the better, in terms of adjusting boiler pressures and water flow and steam output, input, and all of those various flanges and dongles that you're going to want to fiddle with there. But when it comes down to it, you're going to want to feel like you're driving a steam train correctly. Do you need a fireman? Do we have an automatic fireman? Do we make it so you can be the fireman and the driver / engineer at the same time? More questions need answering on that. So yeah, the aspiration is for steam. But until you see it on the roadmap, it's not a thing we're working on actively. It's more like it's an active goal. Let's put it that way. So various attempts and experiments that happen from time to time, but we're not working on it in any concrete fashion right now. There you go. Main Spessart barn. Thanks, Hentis. Yes, that's the one. Yeah, it is Main Spessart barn as right. Yeah, as freight, I should say. There we go. Yeah. You'd pay all your savings for a tram add-on. Well, you have what's it called? The Arosa line. Rivet Games are working on the Arosa. I think they're working on the Arosa line. Pretty sure they're working on the Arosa line. They're working on something Swiss, and I was pretty sure it's the Arosa line. And if it is, that is a near tram-based service in the Alps. It's very pretty. But that's not due for a little while yet. But that might tickle your biscuits. It might just. Right, I'm trying to keep the flipping chat updated here. Right, good. Okay. Soon, trademark. If you want to do trademark on your keyboard, just for those moments where you absolutely need to do it, hold down Alt, and then it's 0153, then release Alt, and you've done a little trademark symbol. There you go. Arosa is on the roadmap. I knew it was one of their Swiss lines, and I was pretty sure it was Arosa. Thanks, AFS5. My U-Bahn driver ran down the platform and closed the doors from the back. Needs must. Whatever it takes to be on time. I'm flipping out, going to be braking again. Whoa, no, not the e-brake. Oh no. I might have ruined everything for everybody. I haven't, it has to be said, got used completely to the Talent 2's braking curve. I don't know if that's obvious or not. No, you've ruined it.
So, will the new preserved routes and scenarios be translated in German?
Will the new... No, put that in neutral. Right, hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to get the train going here. Right, do that. Do the Q test. And then give it a bit. Put it back in gear. Wait, hold on.
Also, while you're failing at that, I'm going to give my friend Paddy a shout out because I see him typing in here. So, hi Paddy.
Oh, nice. Okay, we do shout outs to friends now, do we?
Yeah,
what was the question?
So the question was, will the new preserved routes and scenarios be translated in German?
Will they be translated in German? More of them will than were previously. We do have proper. Hold on, I've got Mike online too. He's going to tell us. I know that there is an update to some of the localized text that we have on Peninsula Corridor. I think is coming as part of the update this week, but beyond that, couldn't. I don't know. Hold on. It will be the same as in the original languages, so yes. So you will have all of the text in the same availability as it was before. So as long as you set that with system settings, it detects the settings your system is in and gives you the language accordingly. There you go. Keep going. My chat's not updating anymore, so you're on your own as far as manning the chat is concerned.
All right. Let's have a look for some questions. Oh god, they're coming in quickly.
Do you know what I haven't done? I haven't set a destination. Should have set a destination, but I'm not overly familiar with the MFDs on these, or in fact on any of them. I punch a couple of buttons and see if something happens, and more often than not, it doesn't. I think I know how to turn the lights on the ICE. That's about it.
So, one of the questions from Imaginox9 is, Is it okay with licenses to make older liveries? For example, the Silver Tube livery.
Is it okay to make them? That's a really, really, really tough question to answer because, strictly speaking, no. But at the same time, you're not sharing them with anybody, and therefore you're free to make whatever you like. The whole reason that sharing is not a possibility on liveries is down to licensing. We have to preserve or rather, we have to respect the licenses of the companies that we've negotiated with to have them represented in the game in the first place, and therefore we can't run something that is not correctly dressed. That equally, we can't have you sharing. I think one of the favourite. I saw a CSX ICE the other day, which it was something, and that's the exact kind of thing that represents a licensing nightmare. So there you go. So that's why you can't share them. But making them for your own purposes, absolutely, go for your life. But that's why it's complicated, is because part of the agreement we have with our licensors is that we protect their kind of their brand investment and all of that kind of business. I know you know. Welcome to the world, friends. That's the way it works, and we're playing by those rules.
So, from GMX Mystic,
Yep.
can you put the Manchester Metrolink in Train Sim World 2?
That sounds more like an instruction. Right, memorize this one. You get this one a lot. Right, ready?
Go on.
In fact, Amarillion has already dispatched the correct answer to that, which is if you have a route that you would particularly like to see in Train Sim World, take it over to the forums and put it in the suggestions forum. We do monitor those forums daily, and more than that, when we're making decisions about what routes to make next, we take into consideration the strength and depth of feedback that people have had. So as far as the Manchester Metrolink is concerned, fine route, an absolutely fine route to include. Certainly interesting, certainly a bit different. Put it on somewhere that we'll be able to keep track of it. Just dropping it into the chat on a Discord, on a stream. It's Monday. My brain's still not quite tuned in for the day. It's likely to be forgotten as quickly as we talk about it. I was looking at the wrong distance counter there. Sorry, I should still be doing 160. Brain is completely all over the place. As you were, carry on. Right, I am going to try a bit of Kernel Cam here, though.
Oh, I know what that is now.
Yeah, I know. I gave you a demo earlier just in case it caught you off guard. Right, here we go. Yes.
Let's find it.
It's not bad. It's not great. See, now... Thank you. Yeah, right, yeah. Flipping Sifa getting in the way of a bit of camera action there. No matter. I'll try the next one with the motion blur off and see if we get any improvement. Come on, look, you got. We're not Matt. See, Matt will quite merrily drive the train efficiently, and have periods of just here you are, enjoy the train. I'm going to have to throw everything out the back for this one. This one, we're coming in a little hot.
Someone's asked, in the future, will there be a possibility for a coffee cup holder in the cab?
A cup holder. Yeah, I saw that thread this afternoon. I'm going to go out on a limb and say no. Be nice though, especially if you could go to a station-based coffee shop, pick one up, maybe by spending your action points, and then stick it in a coffee holder, in the cup holder. What purpose would it serve? I hear you cry. I've no idea, but it gives us an excuse to sign a deal with Costa and sting them for a couple of grand every couple of weeks. I think it's a winner, and then we could quite easily then sell the license on to your Starbucks, or insert other international coffee house chain, and make a couple of extra quid. Mike, make a note of it. We should talk to licensing. I think it's a great idea and full of merit. Well, it's authenticity, you see. Adding authentic shop brands to stations would sell that it was an authentic station, and we could sting them for a couple of quid. I got no problem at all with absolutely rinsing WH Smiths. After all, that's what they do to me every time I go into one.
Don't know how they're still going.
Yeah. How they're still going? I'll tell you how they're still going. They charge double the price that anybody else does. That's how they're still going. Their markup is atrocious, and because they have a stranglehold over. Sorry, this is UK stations going on there. There's a chain called WH Smiths, and they basically have you at ransom because there is nowhere else to buy anything, and therefore they'll quite merrily charge you £3.50 for a Red Bull, when everybody knows it should be £1.50, at the most £1.99. But even then, that's pushing it. That's just it's consumer tips here on the Railfan TV. Yeah. As you were.
Yeah. Tell us what you really think about it.
No. Just did, and that's more than enough already. After all, I might not be aware of us trying to sign a deal with WH Smiths at the moment, and they might be considering it right now, and they'll go, oh, they do this streaming thing that all the kids are into. Let's go and have a look and see how that went down last night. And they'll just have me tirading about the price of Red Bull, which, other energy drinks are available. Yeah, we should get sponsored by Red Bull.
Yeah, but then you'd have to have extreme trains.
I'm fine with extreme trains. Others may not be quite so chipper. Right, here we go. Next stop is Duren. Duren is our next stop. In 4 minutes. Yeah, good luck with that. I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm going to do my best. Oh, plane. There you go. You wanted flight simulation? There it is. Love it. Good. Going in a straight line. Did not take 4 days to download, and neither. Yes. You had more?
So just another question. I think this one's come up a few times now. It says, can we have working display boards on stations on the preserved collection?
Preserved collection let's look at the priority list. The priority list is going to be for the newest stuff first, and get them to. I'm speeding horrendously here, and get them to the best level we can make them. And one of the things that the preservation crew feels like it should be trademarked, but there it is. One of the things they're going to be focusing on is making sure that when we have a new development or a new feature that's added to a route that comes up, that it is then retrofit backwards to other routes. So is it possible to add passenger display screens to older routes? Most definitely. What will the priority be? Well, I would say that probably this route is the first one in the priority list, but you'll have to ask Adam. And Adam's back next Tuesday, because obviously it's Roadmap Tuesday next week. So save that one. Let's ask him then. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get into it. But yeah, the preservation crew's remit is as broad as they want it to be, as long as they're generally improving what we already have available. And whether that's passenger information screens, whether that is fixing inconsistencies in lighting, whether that is moving signals around or ensuring that they're always displaying the correct aspect. Now you might go like, well, surely those are knucklehead kind of things. Only if they interfere with your accurate play of a scenario or a timetable service. So it's going to be where the most impact can be had most efficiently, certainly in the short term. There you go. Good.
And then from Ali Zurich, how long is Train Sim World staying in Game Pass?
I don't know. When did it go in? It went in earlier this year, I think. So if you are a Game Pass user, it doesn't get you the routes that are in Train Sim World 2020. It doesn't get you those routes in Train Sim World 2. But obviously, if you buy any add-ons to work with your Game Pass version, those are all yours. So anything you've paid for comes with you. How long is it staying in? I think that the typical length of time is a year. So it will be a year after it went in, is the typical length of time. Beyond that, I couldn't tell you. I mean, if Mike's got any further knowledge that he's prepared to divulge, he'll drop it in to the secret squirrel bat phone here. But I suspect, however, that my somewhat vague answer is going to be the one that you settle with for now. Right, I'm actually coming in, and I'm coming in okay here. Might need a little bit more brake. Might need a dab more there. No, that's good. It's good. Just okay. Well, this is the best yet. It's still not great, but we're getting there. That's the best bit of the game, for me anyway. Trying to stop exactly at the right point, using steady braking throughout.
Can confirm, I'm pants at braking.
You'll get better, and it's all about learning the kind of the braking dynamic on each individual loco and in different track conditions. That is where repetition really comes in helpful. Also, by driving the same route multiple times, you get to learn where the speed limit changes are, so you can run it as efficiently as possible.
True.
And eventually, when you become a maestro, the aim is to be able to... I've done that wrong. Oh, no. Accidental bit of emergency brake there. What's my brake pressure doing? Oh, it's rebuilding. Okay, we'll be all right. No, eventually you run with no HUD at all. So none of these helpful little doodads. I reckon we'll be all right.
I have a question for you from Horizon 94.
Yep.
If a route has already appeared in Train Simulator, does that increase or decrease its chance of making its way to Train Sim World?
Ooh, interesting. I can't actually give you a good answer on that one. I think on the one hand, obviously it increases the chances because we've already got research material. On the other hand, however, it doesn't make the slightest bit of difference, because what we aim to do is put in the route that we think you'll most like. Now, the routes that we've got coming up, I think all of them are available in Train Simulator already, but that's your COVID for you right there. Is it's meant that where normally we might go out and do proper research and photograph the route manually and all that kind of stuff, without being able to travel this time around, with having research material already has been beneficial. So I think yes, on the one hand, it does increase likelihood if it's already been in Train Sim, but no, in that we don't do a Train Sim test when selecting a new route. If anything, when we're selecting a new route, quite often the devs will go, we built that one before. Can't we go and do something a bit more interesting and dynamic? So net result is a score draw there, I would say. It neither influences nor doesn't influence the outcome. Good question. Very good question. And I defy Matt to give a better answer. He won't, because I just gave a really good answer to that, which was like vague and everything. Yeah.
And then another question for you is there a possibility that we can play the scenarios in Train Sim World 2 in the classic configuration and not only immersive?
Yes, you can switch between controller setups by going into settings. You don't have to play immersive. Unless I'm entirely wrong, which I don't believe I am. You can switch between controller setups anytime you please. definitely. Well, you've skipped over the question that from Only Me that says, how long have you been interested in trains? What is your relationship with trains?
So, I grew up in North Wales, so for me, I spent a lot of my childhood around steam trains. Because I lived not far from Llangollen, so there's quite a lot of steam trains down there. And then my granddad used to be really keen on them, so he used to try and teach me as much as he could. But I'll be honest, I haven't been particularly involved with trains throughout my life, but I am keen to learn more now I've got this job, and I know that the community will probably teach me a lot. So yeah,
You will find yourself having a favourite train pretty quickly. Once you start driving these on a regular basis, you will go, I like that one, and all of a sudden I now know what it's called, and I can recognise it just by looking at it, and I know where it runs, I know when it originated. You will have a modicum of train fandom beat into you.
I think I'm gonna like the really fast German one just because it goes really fast.
See, look, right now you're calling it the really fast German one. Do you know what route it runs on?
I don't. Please educate me.
Okay, what is this route? This is the route that it runs on.
This is the route.
This is the route. This is Schnellfahrstrecke, right? Which in German, schnell, quick, well, fast. Fahr, travel. Strecken, probably track or something. I couldn't tell you for certain, but it's a high speed route. So basically, it's a high speed train. Köln to Aachen is where we're going. Cologne to Aachen, which you've got to throw yourself into with that one. Yeah.
What's your favourite?
What's my favourite? I don't have a favourite route. I don't have a favourite train. It's Class 101. Yeah. Class 101. It's available soon. Yeah, definitely. It's part of Preserve Collection. It's a clunky old British Rail number, but I like it because it's rubbish.
Okay.
Which is going to get all the British Rail fans, all the BR Blue fans, just kind of go, it's not rubbish at all, it's just flipping. And it's got gears, actual literal gears, so you have to change gear to continue accelerating. And I like the extra fiddle that goes with it. And because it's a very lightweight train, it brakes incredibly fast, which suits my style of driving down to a T. I'm going to drive that thing everywhere. I'm going to take it on every single route without a shadow of a doubt. No, totally going to happen. No, so you landed this job then, not based on your train knowledge, unlike Jamie. Jamie was hired because he is a train aficionado. You've joined us because you know a thing or two about communities and whatnot.
I do, specifically gaming communities as well.
Right. So, which games specifically have you focused on?
So I focused on RuneScape, which probably seems like a complete polar opposite to this one. But communities as a whole, I think I've learned a lot of experience from the communities from that game. And RuneScape are a little bit more, I'll use the word toxic. So by comparison to this community, so yeah.
We don't use toxic. No, toxic's not a word we use.
Exactly.
Right? No. Here's the thing: most people use toxic wrongly, because toxicity is any action or activity which, if left unchecked, will spread.
Yes.
And therefore, that's why you want to stamp it out. But people use it for generally unpleasant behaviour. Generally unpleasant behaviour, bad. I don't think anybody's going to argue against that. But no, enthusiasm and passion for a particular topic.
Yes.
That's a universal.
Toxicity and let's say negative feedback towards something are very different things. So.
Criticism.
Yeah. Criticism,
right? Negative feedback. See, negative's a bad word, right? We don't want
I was
negative.
trying to think of a better word then, and I just couldn't. I drew a
criticism, blank. And we welcome all criticism because
exactly.
Unless we're honest with ourselves about where our players are not happy or satisfied with what they've got, or where they'd like to see improvements, That's all important. That's how we get better as a company. It's all well and good putting out something which is good enough, but we don't want just good enough. We want better than good enough, and that's why the preservation crew exists, so that when we put something out in the first instance, we actually have the resources available to then go and take that criticism and the feedback and the suggestions on board and do some of it, at least some of it. You know, we can't ever promise to get to everything, but we can promise that it will be read, because you'll read it.
I will.
That's what it's for. That's why you're here.
And I will read it all good and bad.
Well, you'll read it all badly. Good.
Or I'll read it
Excellent.
all badly.
Can you run a different train on the underground? Asks Patty. Yes, you can. I really am going too fast this time. All right, turn everything on. No, gone straight for the emergency brake here. No messing, no fussing. Evidently, the Talent 2 sense of what is or is not an emergency differs to my own. Hold some passengers out the side and drag them along, and then we might actually hit the stop.
This is as bad as when you were showing me at the start.
No, it's worse. I don't think I'm going to make it. I don't think I'm going to make it. I haven't made it. I haven't made it.
Fail.
No. Wait. Thank you, Sifa. I haven't. No, hold on. We might be okay.
Oh,
We've got
gosh.
We've got one door in the platform. And on which side of the train is this? I'm going to say right.
Cutting that a bit close.
A bit. There you go. Everybody file to the end of the train. Thank
Moggy
you.
gave me some quality advice a bit earlier up and said don't take any braking advice from Sam and Matt, and you've just displayed why that was very good advice.
I took my eye off the ball for a moment and detected that we only had 700 metres to go. You can't hold me entirely accountable for that, although I suppose you can, really. Yeah, look, we still landed, but I did have to throw all the anchors out for that one.
I'm going to thank Moggy for that stellar advice.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, in which case, it's on you to become the dovetail braking champ, then. Yeah. No.
I'm not sure I want to do that.
If you can't take it, you can't dish it. That's a fundamental rule right there.
Fine, just you watch. I'll be the braking champion.
Also, we were early. I'm ahead of schedule.
I wonder why.
Possibly because of the emergency braking we threw in there. Right, 4 seconds. Right, all right, I'm ready. All right, lock the doors. Now, should be able to now put that back in gear. Doors closed. Let's be Avenue. There we are. It's good. All right, floor it. All right, good. No, I'm very pleased. I'm not usually ahead of schedule by this part of the route. This is very exciting. Can you? What news about upcoming patches? Asks John. Got a patch due this week, probably. Optimistically, this week. Don't have an exact date for you yet. I see I've dropped myself in it now by saying we've probably got an update due this week. We have probably got an update this week, but it hasn't been confirmed 100% yet. Stay tuned. It will turn up when it is right that it does so, or some such. It's got a bunch of fixes in there. Not every piece of feedback has been addressed because the number of pieces of feedback we've had have numbered in the hundreds. So we've got some way to go before we address all of that. But it certainly goes after the crashing issues that people who've been using the livery designer have encountered, and that includes the load up, the load up problems there as well. Full patch notes will be available when the update is ready, and it's almost ready now. In fact, I think it should be right now. There should be a bunch of people somewhere in a room going, "Does this do everything we said it's going to do?" And if they say yes, then it'll be released presently, not today. There you are. Go. Yeah. Right. Smashing. Good. Who am I with? This is Natalie. Say hello, Natalie.
Hello.
You have to remember some people join the stream midway through, so they're not here from the start. So Natalie is the new community manager who will be particularly focusing on the Train Sim World 2 preservation crew and ensuring that your feedback is heard by Adam and the team. But she will increasingly be looking after, all sorts of things when it comes to trains. So expect to see her on the stream regularly. I'm just giving her an example this evening of what a masterclass in streaming while driving and answering questions from the chat looks like. Not like this. No. No, see, this works for me. People largely tolerate my approach to streaming, but they all kind of go, is Matt on as well? Oh, it's not Matt. We just got to put up with the clown. So you'll find your own path, I'm sure. I suggest friendly and knowledgeable.
Friendly and knowledgeable.
Friendly and knowledgeable. That's
and
what goes over best.
To break.
Friendly and knowledgeable goes over very well indeed. See, Matt's very knowledgeable, and I would say it's friendly, but that's all a front. He's a savage when he's not on camera. But no, he's charming and knows a thing or two. Well, he should do. He's the senior producer on the game, so there it is. Good. Right. Anything else people want to know? Does the team work for console's exterior zoom? To use exterior zoom on the console, you'll need to change the control system back to classic rather than immersion. It's in settings, but then you get your exterior zoom back again. We ran out of buttons. That's the problem, is that a controller's only got a finite number of buttons on, so in order to make the immersion stuff work, which means that there are far fewer menus than you've had previously, some things needed to be sacrificed, one of which was the external zoom. You do get interior zoom now, which arguably is more useful, but obviously, your need to zoom is when you need it. I've got nothing more on that one. I could probably spin zoom out for another 10 minutes if we need to, but a fresh question would be good. I'm answering questions from 20 minutes ago because that's how my flipping stream chat is scrolling.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, we'll come across all the chat in a moment where I missed the edge of the station. I'll let you know when that happens.
Someone's asking, is there a separate community manager for Train Simulator 2020 and Train Sim World 2 then?
At the moment, sort of, yes. So Jamie will be looking after Train Simulator, certainly in the short term. So you should see him on the forums this week, largely because he's a massive Train Simulator fan. So he'll know what you're talking about and what you're referring to when you're giving us feedback. Natalie's focusing on Train Sim World right now, but over time we'll cross the streams and both will be working on both. But in the first instance, Jamie is your go-to guy, and he should be out and about there in forum land already, strictly speaking. And that way you can be certain that your posting is not going unnoticed. I've got another station coming up. So yeah, if you were to drop a question in now, the multitasking would add high levels of intrigue and danger.
It needs to be a really complicated question then, really, doesn't it?
No, not really. I can make any question complicated just by trying to answer it.
Really?
No.
It's hard trying to find a question.
That's all right. No questions are all good. It's all fine. What don't you know yet that you feel like you need to get, or what question do you have for the community?
A question for the community I'd want to know is what route do you recommend for beginners?
Very
Someone
good.
that's
Great
trying
question.
to learn the game. What would you recommend? You can answer that question as well, Sam.
Okay, well, I would suggest, personally, passengers rather than freight. Freight is really good because you get, actually, freight, particularly American freight, where you've got a shunting service or a switching service to play with. they're good because you never get up to full tilt on those. You're always rocking stuff from point A to point B. So there is an awful lot of start, stop, connect the load thing, jump out, wander around a bit. They are great fun to play on your own because there is just a ton of activity going on in there. Now, it can get a bit repetitive if you're just moving things between sidings, but that's a great way to learn a bit of stop-start. Plus, American diesel locos are the bee's knees, in my humble opinion.
Okay.
Otherwise, passengers, because you go in a straight line and you stop once in a while. All right, that's more or less it. Adjusting your speed occasionally. Yeah.
There was a lot of people saying East Coast way.
East Coast way, yeah. Good passenger route. Yeah. East Coast way is a very good route. Rock the 377 down at East Coast way. Come out of Brighton. Oh yeah, ahead of schedule again, friends. Yeah, I only had to almost ruin one station, and I've only got one more stop to go, I think. Right, okay, here we go. Köln Hauptbahnhof coming up next. Alright, yep, let's rock. There you go. I'm getting W.H. Smith's comments coming up now in the chat. That's good. Alright, that's where we're up to.
Is that really how far behind you are?
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Will the livery editor work on coffee cups? See, that's where we're on. Yeah.
Wow! Yeah, that you are far behind. I remember reading that one.
No, that was half an hour ago.
Yeah.
It's all good.
I've had someone ask me if I can say the full name of Llanfairpwllgwyngyll a few times, and I can, but I have to read it, and it is a proper mouthful, so I'm not gonna make you all endure that. But yes, I can say it.
No,
you've
definitely got your authentic Welsh badge.
Yeah.
Yeah. When did you leave Wales?
I didn't. I'm still here.
You're still in Wales. That's going to make the commute difficult. I am going very, very fast here. This could be a disaster, but I'll tell you something. We'll be on time. Oh, okay. So where are you? Where are you in Wales?
I'm in Rhyl.
You're in Rhyl.
Yeah.
Oh, in which case, we've got Rhyl on one of the old Train Simulator 2020 routes there.
Have you really?
Yeah. You can
definitely gonna have to give that one a go.
Yeah, the Welsh coastal run. Yeah, most definitely. In fact, I did a video on it on my YouTube channel that we don't talk about. Yeah, no, there you go. How are you going to keep? Never mind. We'll worry about that offline. Because obviously the social isolation. Look, not a plane. Look, plane fanciers. There you go. Don't say we don't deliver planes. No. It's all good. No. Fine. Smashing. Good. And I've got nothing more on that one. If you got any more, what other suggestions did you get other than East Coast Way?
I'm gonna have to scroll up to find them. Hold on a second. GWR. Can somebody?
Great Western Railway. Oh, that's the other thing you're going to have to learn. You've got to learn all the three-letter abbreviations.
I will. Just you wait. I will be a pro.
All right. When? Just because I'm going to make them test you on the stream, you see, so that'll be good.
You told me never to give dates.
Very good. We don't tell people the rules, though. That's, that kind of undermines the nature of the rule book. Is if you let them know the rule book, then the rule book becomes public knowledge and they could do the job for us. We don't want that. We need to think like we've got some kind of special magic at this kind of caper, otherwise we're easily replaced.
Soon.
And we try and make out like we're anything but easily replaced. Come on, if you want to make the big bucks, I mean, you've got to make out that you've got some kind of special skill. Right. Have you been introduced to the full-on Nebworth yet? Again, this is from half an hour ago. Nebworth is the map manoeuvre where he completely fails to stop in a station. My specialist manoeuvre is accidentally applying the emergency brake. I do that all the time. Matt's special manoeuvre is failing to stop at a station entirely.
Amazing.
Yeah. He'll be able to tell you the exact braking force that the train has, when it was first introduced, who invented it, and who came up with the blueprint and drew the sketches. But can he make it work properly? Nope. No, he's hopeless. Right. There you go. Yeah. And he's back from holiday now, which means I can start abusing him again full time. Right, in the station, open the doors, and smell the cheese. Alright, while that's happening, I'm going for a stroll. Woo! There you go. Köln Hauptbahnhof. There's the Dom. You ever been to Cologne?
Very nice.
You should. The Dom is incredibly impressive. The representation we've got here is not bad, but it's not quite I've fallen on the track.
I was literally just about to ask if you can fall on the track, so that's a yes.
No, never fall. Always purposefully put yourself there. In fact, this is not bad. It's not a bad representation at all. Although it feels bigger in real life because it's ruddy enormous. Is the Dom. But that's why it's impressive. It's also where all the bars are, so there's that. Right, loading the passage. It's all good. The correct answer is Gronk. That'll be a Moggy response from a little while ago there.
Yes, that was a while ago.
Yeah.
That was around the time
I
mentioned the advice.
Moggy has a special relationship with the Gronk, and we try not to go into that. Good. Right, there we are. I think we've done it. There we are, we've done it. Now, I did exceed the speed limit. I don't think we're going to get a gold today. I think this will be a silver. We did finish ahead of schedule, so that's good. Although saying that, I made a right dog's dinner last week and still ended up with a gold. No, nothing.
Nothing?
No. I got the diamond because I got my best score yet. But it doesn't seem to be interested in giving me a medal for that one. Let's have a quick look. Back to the main menu, please. And then we'll catch up on that. Explore and the timetable. Yeah, come here. Come, yeah, thank you. Yes, good. Yes, that's good. Show me me routes. Darn it. No, just a tick. Oh, I thought timetable services also did medals.
Oh, yeah. A few people are saying you don't get medals.
Well, you should. I'm gonna put that one down for Adam. Adam, I want more medals.
Maybe someone will make you one.
Yeah. Good. Right. Well, that will wrap it up for today. This week we've got a 4-day schedule for you this week. I'm back. Well, not that you care, but I'm back on. No, hold on. Let's do it in order of who's on when. Jamie is on with Matt on Wednesday for Workshop Wednesday. Oh yeah. Workshop Wednesday returns. Thursday is me and Jamie, and we're going to be doing something from Train Sim World 2, possibly from a preserved collection route. But we'll confirm that a little closer to the time. Yeah, no, absolutely. And then on Saturday, because Matt's back from holiday now, we're going to make him go on himself and do something from Train Sim World 2 as well. We haven't decided what yet, but it'll probably be some kind of preserved collection item. But more specifically than that, I'm not going to tell you. So there is an update coming pretty soon, and as soon as that's been confirmed, we'll get patch notes out, and that'll be all good. And then the next batch of preserved collection is not far away either, but we're still waiting to confirm exactly when those will come out. When do you get to see me and Matt? Not until I need to yell at him some more. We actually haven't got one planned for a little while yet. Anyway, talk to Natalie over on the forums. She's there taking your feedback, positive, negative, or something in between, and what you want to see. If you've got suggestions of routes you want or features that will work with the game, that's the place to put it. And there you go. Anything else you want to add?
Just thanks for being a lovely community and welcoming me so nicely.
Well, they're lovely now. They've only just met you. They're on their best behaviour. Give them some time, and they'll turn into the usual bunch of savages. Right. Okay. Well, splendid. Thank you very much for watching. We'll catch up with you next time. Cheerio.
Good night, everyone.